There we have it, the conclusion of our first Flashpoint, the chromed trophy that Mad Lions, through an insane comeback on Train, the third map, the final map of this tournament, they managed to take it home with them, along with the 500,000 in cash. So
you see, they MIBR heard Moses' prediction. They knew he was holding strong for the third map, and nothing could possibly go wrong from there on, right?
Oh shit! Dead is never gonna forgive you. I hope you realize.
Oh, that's right. The whole time. That's true. That's true. Look at that. Aware. We're gonna get a mic for Moses Sword out here in a second. But Monty, welcome. Joining us here at the blind spot.
I'm just here to have a beer.
Yeah, that's good to see us.
I certainly enjoyed that last game. What a phenomenal comeback from 12-3 at the half to the win for Mad Lions, especially when they looked like they were kind of crumbling mentally in their last series versus MIBR. To have the fortitude to come back in that situation is quite impressive.
If you paused the game when Asilian flobbed that clutch where he had the Molotov and then he failed to kill the guy, if you pause the game there, I don't even think Mad Lions pass a lie detector saying they're winning this game. Like, that was the end right there. But then what's great is, one lucky moment deserves another. Roy is an absolute legend. On the 18th round in this game, when he just sticks that defuse with like 3 MIBR players, gee, that guy is. Him and Asilian, who obviously, by the way, are the least big names on this team, came through big time in this third map here.
Occasions, and this time around it was that discombobulated Ivy split once again coming out of MIBR. And the last time, the chaos, they loved it, they thrived in it, but this time around, you're absolutely right, Thorn. That 1 versus 4 diffuse coming out of Roy, that initiated the snowball for Lions to come back in this series.
And look how many aggressive CT rounds towards the end Mad Lions get. Like, they didn't even let MIBR set up. They were just punching them in the face at the beginning of the round.
MIBR were struggling mightily even to get plants, let alone get into the round. Moses still doesn't have a mic. We're sorting that out now. I see it coming. Don't worry, Moses.
I actually think it's better if you can just sit there and
mime his responses.
Not even have a save. We can just like.
Oh, look at Asilian's scoreline here. Remember, this is the guy everyone was criticizing all the talk shows. Why they brought him in? Like, Hunden should have stayed. First of all, not only did he call a good tournament, but he's carrying the third map. He's got 101 ADR, 30 kills. This guy's a monster.
Everything that Mad Lions needed out of their new in-game leader. Started rough in the tournament, a little bit dicey, but they've done nothing but progress throughout the entire tournament long, and Mad Lions now walking out with the trophy over the veterans of MIBR. I mean, what can we take away from MIBR's performance here? Fallen, not quite the huge clutch god that we were expecting. Moses is chuckling to himself. Moses, I think you and Dead are going to have a talk after
this. Here's the thing, right? Let's just be fair. MIBR absolutely could have won this series 2-0. Like, they played better over the first 2 matches.
Get wrecked, Moses.
They were in an awesome position to actually win this series. So I feel bad for them because they basically played like, what, 4.5 halves in the game that looked awesome, and then in the last one they've just let themselves down utterly, unfortunately. That's Counter-Strike for you.
Jason?
Anyone else want to talk real quick? No, I mean, that is... MIBR lost that in such a stunning fashion. Like, that's the big takeaway.
How was that good for them? Tell me.
And here's how that's good for them.
Find a way.
Because no one's going to expect them to win Flashpoint 2.
No, but let's be straight up honest. Like, as all the jokes about the jinx and everything like that, it's just like, the MIBR only has themselves to blame. Like, there were so many weird, questionable... I still can't get over that round, like the first gun round in that second half where they tried to have that weird flank and the bomb's not even planted for the flankers in any way. There's just so many confusing situations that they misplayed. Fur not checking behind Pop Dog when they get the bomb site for free. Those small mistakes, that's where the experience of MIBR, the experience that you guys talked about on the desk being an advantage over Mad Lions, it failed them. It failed them in every regard. And I don't know what happened in that second half, but that was one of the uglier halves of Counter-Strike I've seen MIBR played, and they've played some relatively ugly halves of Counter-Strike in the past 2 years.
Let's not forget, they wish they could have that Inferno pick back now so badly. That could have been a Train pick. So even if in that scenario he lost the map, we'd be going into just 2 now, be all to play for again. Like, they wish they had that Inferno pick back, because it's like I said before, when you've got as bad a CT side as they do, you don't want to play against a real tactical team. Anyone can do like Molotov's B rush or a normal 4 people pushing away. Like, it's not just because we permaban, it doesn't mean we can't do any rounds at all.
I don't know. I think in the moment that felt like a solid veto for MIBR. I don't know if it's about having the veto back. I think it's more about just getting destroyed by Bubsky on B every single round. Like, you can't let one player just get a free kill at a bomb site every single round, especially such a crucial part in the map as Banana. So, I mean, that was the big failure, not the map pick itself, in my mind.
Yeah, the lack of adaptation from MIBR there. I think the most they changed was instead of Fur being there, they just put KNG there, but that still left Fallen on B on Inferno, and that still was just a losing recipe.
Also, the guy I feel the most bad for in MIBR is Fur. Like, he had an MVP performance in this final set. I think he's probably the MVP for the whole tournament, let's be real. So, like, even though he lost the game, like, he didn't really, did he? Like, his teammates didn't do a good job.
I'm actually struggling just on the MVP topic. I'm so much struggling.
No one from the Mad Lions he can give it to, isn't there?
Well, no, but I mean, let's say you want it, because some people do always argue this, that you have to give it to the winning team or whatever. Let's say if you follow that logic, how much do you weigh what Bubsky was doing on that banana play? It's so ridiculous. Like, I don't, like, you obviously can't just base it on the 6 or 7 rounds that he just won outright for his team, but that's the weight of that is so much.
Would have lost the game without him.
They would have definitely lost the game, yes.
So we're gonna have a little bit more time to get into that, obviously, guys. But I need to cut you off just to say congratulations, Asilian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well done. 3 maps and you did it. You did it. Congratulations.
Yes.
He's just got a sled for Christmas, guys. That's what Mom and Dad promised him.
So how does it feel to be the Flashpoint 1 champ?
I feel fucking amazing, man. Holy shit. That comeback was insane. I don't know what to say.
Listen, Asilian, I'm never one to take a great moment and not bring it down a second. When you lost that clutch on the T side, you had to think the game was gone then, mate. That was a really, really tough clutch to lose.
I was so tilted. Holy shit. I was so tilted. But like, I kept feeling that on the T side that we actually had so many rounds we had to win. Like, I think we had 7 rounds we had to win, and we still managed to lose them. So there was still some belief on the CT side, but I mean, my mood was really down.
One thing that was cool was how many rounds you guys won on the CT side, where people had to just stick diffusers, just pray that no one shoots them through smoke. There's so many of these rounds for you.
Yeah, that was pretty lucky, I guess. I mean, that had to happen if we had to win the game, I guess.
The big plays, but was there any moment in the second half where you started to believe and try to, like, did you either have to calm the guys down or get people focused? Was there anything you had to change, or did you just focus 1 round at a time?
I was just 1 round at a time because like, we actually struggled a lot on our CT train, and we had so many like team discussions about how we should play and stuff. And the fact that we didn't really have any money, like we had to make a plan for each round. Like,
yeah, almost every round, right? You had a FAMAS or an MP9 or something.
And I felt like we had it in the bag when we finally got money, but I don't think we got money before 13 round or something like that. And until then, it was just praying that we were playing good.
What was the reaction like when Roy stuck that defuse?
I honestly, I don't think anyone noticed it. I think it was after the round we were like, oh fuck, and then we were like, oh, we won the round, what the fuck?
What was the environment like for your squad going into that second half after losing out 12-3 in that first half? I mean, did you have to kind of rally the troops and get everyone back in a good mental state, or are your players all very disciplined at this point?
To be honest, I think it was the other way around. I think I was not having a good time. I felt like we should have won so many rounds, and we did so many stupid things on T side. And all of the team are really good at staying calm and always believing. I think I'm more of the guy who is like a little bit worried too much sometimes.
But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I was going to ask you, what impact did Peacemaker have in this final? Was he there as well during those timeouts, rallying you guys up and keeping you focused?
Yeah, for sure. Like, the T side was obviously struggles. We tried so many different things. We tried. Luis tried to call some stuff, and I tried to call some stuff. Even other people from the team tried to call like different stuff, and nothing really worked. So I think in the end we just tried to play a default as much as we could and talk about the small things we had to change. And I think Luis was really good at like keeping up the mood, and yeah,
solid.
I want to take you back to Inferno really quick. Just a question on your T side. You had Bubsky able to just push up Banana and kill Fallen pretty much every single round. At what point did you ever tell him to keep going back to that, or did Bubsky make the call that he could just find a kill there whenever he wanted? Like, did you just realize that was a recipe that fell into your lap?
That was pretty much Bubsky's idea. Like, the thing is that in our practice, we have had a lot of problems with like Bubsky being way too aggressive banana, and we always playing 4v5. But like he has practiced like playing aggressive banana so much that every time he has a feeling, he just does it, and then we are good at reacting on it.
So would you say him
This sounds like
scrimming
old Fnatic.
Yeah, would him scrimming like a dumbass actually have helped you guys here?
Yeah, I would say so. Like it's probably, I mean, it's like finding the balance, right? I think Bubsky on our team is probably the guy who makes the most solo plays and does everything that he thinks is right, and the rest kind of follow in the game plan. And I think that's a good dynamic to have like one guy who's like
Wild card.
like he's also really good at taking initiative, for example. So like I think we have a good balance there.
It just sounds like JW on Fnatic back in the day. Well, if he works, it works. If not, we play as 4. But it all works out. Well, does anybody else have anything, or can I just let him go and
What do
celebrate
you
with his
think
teammates?
about that whole thing where people didn't know, should Hunden be replaced? Like, is Asilian the right one? Do you have anything to say to anyone who doubted Asilian to Mad Lions?
I mean, I think it's fair because I don't really think people know me that well. So I think it's fair to doubt. But I mean, if you just look at my past results in all my other teams, I've always done well. So that pretty much says it all, I guess.
Well, now you have the shiny red AK to prove it as well, man. So congratulations, man. Congratulations. Go and celebrate with the team. Have a fantastic time and a safe trip home. You're here in LA as well as the rest of us. So definitely see you soon. Thank you very much.
Congrats, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
So there you have it. Mad Lions sitting at the top of the bracket. 2-1 victory over MIBR, who just weren't able to pull through on that third map. And I mean, what a fantastic finals, guys. We couldn't have asked for better.
It had everything. It had laughter, tears, drama,
Lot of tears.
excitement.
Can we call Dead? Is that?
Yeah, we should just get Dead on the line. Can we get Dead on the line and just get his perspective on
Yeah,
this?
let's do it.
I want to see the interaction with him and Moses right now.
That's fine. I'd recommend.
Come on, it's going to be their last time in Flashpoint. Like, give him a chance.
You know what I think we should do is we should just, I mean, this is the final one. I wanted to say, well, let's throw a break and we'll talk about the matches coming up tomorrow, but that's it. There's no
we're not
break.
actually going to break?
We're chilling.
I was
We're
saving all
chilling.
my
We got all the
material.
time. So now, I mean, we can, like,
Wait, what about
Waiting
that
the whole
MVP
tournament?
discussion?
The whole Flashpoint.
Yeah, what about the MVP
yeah, we can talk
discussion?
about the MVP.
We
Exactly.
should definitely do that.
We should. All right, let's talk about the MVP now.
I feel like if you want to go on the winning team side, it surely has to be between Shush and Bubsky. I just actually don't know which one.
I think it's how you weight it, because like throughout a lot of the phase play, it was Shush that was really surprising people, but it's Bubsky that came alive during the playoffs and was dropping like those, the 50 frag game versus contact, and has had the major effect. But it is hard if you're judging the entirety of Flashpoint 1 where you're putting that priority, whether it's the players coming alive in the playoffs or whether it's the player who was helping them get there in the first place.
And then obviously Furus, like if you had to go outside of that, I legitimately don't know.
I think going into the grand finals, I would have said Fallen for MIBR, but
Yeah, before the grand final.
before the grand finals, but in this finals, where was
Yeah.
Fallen? Inferno, I think he ended with like 7 frags.
Let's not say
Losing
nothing.
Inferno.
Let's not say nothing.
No, but when it's all going against you, obviously you're going to see him, like, it seems like Inferno, at least he was tilting off the planet. He was just getting bodied by Bubsky every round. So
Yeah.
tough to say that we didn't see A tier Fallen in this finals.
No.
Maybe that's how good you think he is, so defend your position.
No, I mean, listen, you said he did nothing. He didn't do nothing. He
What
did.
did he do then?
What do you mean? He had a phenomenal.
do?
He
He
did
had
a
two-
great
he did
CT
have-
side untrained. He was part of the double up setup that got him
Yeah.
a
Okay.
12-3 lead.
Yeah.
He was incredible on Mirage. He was very, very good on
defend
Mirage.
What about that second map? And then the second half
Yeah,
of the
he
third
was
map?
a disaster on Inferno, but that's not nothing. Again, Duncan, he did above nothing.
I don't know if you've ever heard of hyperbole, but it's not actually supposed to be interpreted literally.
Just making sure that we're all on the same page.
All right.
This is I think it's got to
I'm
be
defending
Fallen for
Fallen.
MIBR going into the
I'm-
finals.
I'm not giving up on him. I think he did.
I also, just as an aside, Slowy was the highest rated player in this tournament who wasn't Smooya playing two games
Yeah.
and then leaving.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of-
So even though Havu didn't make the finals, it was still an impressive performance for him as well. Don't think he's going to win, but he deserves to be in the conversation.
Fit-
EVP.
Fittingly, though, it is kind of a rat move to get like the highest rating and just leave the tournament.
MVP.
Oh, if I was Smooya, I would just put that in my bio, like highest rated player at Flashpoint
Exactly.
1. Can't
Let
deny
people
it.
yeah,
It's
you can't
true.
deny it. Yeah, let people figure it out. 2 maps? Okay,
Rat King deserves it.
Just tell everyone, hey, it was a double limb tournament, everything. Ooh, a lot of games to be played in that one.
You guys do actually have to answer the question about MVP, though.
I'd just take Fur personally. I think even in this final, he deserved to win. Actually, played awesome.
I'd say Bubsky.
I'm going to say Bubsky as well.
Yeah, biggest playmaker for them in close games. He was the guy that was making that play that got them over the edge some of the times, and he had a couple clutch rounds in some of the group stage games that were just really impressive, 1v3s and things like that.
And also on their T side of things, they only got 3 rounds, but that was off the back of Bubsky. His Ivy play with that CZ75, he was the one that initiated the very first T round. So I think Bubsky all series long, he was making plays all across the board.
Like, apart from watching Simple play, I've never really been tempted to pick an MVP that was not on the winning team. But yeah, I actually might just join it this time. I do think Fur was ridiculous this tournament, so probably my vote, yeah.
Split across the board.
Yeah, we are kind of mixed. Part off, what are you thinking?
Maximum Fur is like a inspiration to me, just the outrageous stuff he does. No, you can't really emulate his play because you need to have absolute confidence to do that in the first place. And so for me, it's Fur.
All right. Well, gentlemen, there's the MVP discussion. We have our.
Why are we getting so formal on
I'm just gonna move it. No, because I'm basically thinking this is a good time to end it here. The first broadcast, the first tournament for Flashpoint 1, and live here from the blind spot. This is it, guys. So we will be seeing you all soon. We're all going to be traveling home, and hope that everybody is doing just fine. But congratulations to Mad Lions. Congratulations to MIBR for the runner-up, and Havut for 3rd place. Well-deserved, all 3 teams. Fantastic stuff. But from everybody here at Flashpoint 1, I'm just going to say it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a blast, and I absolutely look forward to seeing you guys in the second half of the year. Till then.